Let's take a trip back in time with this 45th Anniversary Black Barbie. Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. Today we're going to be taking a look at this 45th Anniversary Black Barbie, but I feel like to actually understand her, we need to take a little trip back in time, back to 1980. 1980 was the year the first Black Barbie was released. And there were other black dolls in the Barbie canon previously, but there were always Barbie friends, and this was the first doll marketed as Barbie. And this doll was designed by a woman called Kitty Black Perkins. She was a prolific Barbie designer, and she worked at Mattel for 25 years, which is a long time. Some of her most iconic lines include, of course, the first Black Barbie. Then there was a line of dolls called Shani and Friends. Those came out in 1991. She did a few holiday Barbies, 1988, 1989, 1990, and 1996. She designed Fashion Savvy Barbie in 1997, and also the Brandy doll. And this doll is a particularly good celebrity doll. Like, it actually looks like Brandy, and it's actually attractive, which I feel like is kind of a feat for doll companies these days. They all look a little bit uncanny. And since it is February and it is Black History Month, it is the perfect time to discuss this beautiful 45th anniversary Barbie doll. This was also designed by Kitty Black Perkins, which is so fun. She did the original, pictured here, and 45 years later, and you can see the inspiration. She definitely was derived from this iconic and stunning queen. For me, I started out my fashion doll collecting in vintage Barbie dolls. I'm talking specifically dolls from the late 50s and early 60s. I love that like really snatched face, the original one, the one where she looks very sultry. And unfortunately, in that variety of Barbie, there just wasn't very much diversity. In fact, she only came in blonde and brunette. Eventually there was like a redhead thrown in the mix, then Midge showed up, she had red hair and freckles. So like, the Barbie line generally, especially back in the day, was lacking diversity. My doll collection is also unfortunately lacking in diversity, as I only sort of picked up collecting modern dolls very recently, and my recent focus was on dolls with clothes that I like and faces that I find nice. So Odile is kind of monopolizing my Barbie world. While the fashionista line in the Barbie world like has the most diversity, I just don't buy them because of their lack of articulation and their clothes that I just don't find very fashionable. So today we're adding a lovely modern black doll to my collection, and I'm quite excited to get to be looking at beautiful faces like this one. I did pick this up at Target, and if I'm entirely honest, I wasn't going to buy her. I was actually really attracted to the face and the hair. This is the Simone mold, and I find the Simone mold to be one of the prettiest dolls in the Barbie line, but her lack of articulation and her evening gown like didn't necessarily scream my collection. But I needed to go shopping, you know, pick up some groceries, hit up the toy aisle in the Target. If you live in New York City, you know is barren. It's a barren wasteland. But I was heading downstairs to the toy aisle, and on my way down, I look to my left and I see a Black History Month display, and in that display was this stunning queen, and I was like, she looks so pretty over there. And so I did my shopping. I came back upstairs and I went over and I checked her out, and once I saw her in person, I like honestly couldn't resist. Okay, her skin tone is beautiful, her hair is beautiful, of course the face, which I was always very attracted to, is absolutely stunning. And as far as evening gowns go, this one's not super offensive to me. It's actually a very pretty style, and so I decided, let's grab her. So here she is. This is the box. As you can see, it's pretty simple design. It's got some like sort of geometric patterns on the interior and both of the sides. And the back, of course, gives you a little blurb here about our queen, Kitty Black Perkins, who is pictured here. And of course, there is a photograph of the first Black Barbie, who is actually so stunning. Like, I'm not super attracted to that like late 70s, 80s aesthetic, but this one, look at her, she's doing it. She's doing it for me. I also love her afro. And she has the Steffi face mold, which, stunning, I love her too. She was $35 or $36. which I feel like is worth it for what you're getting here in this box. So without any further ado, let's just get into her because I'm like real excited. All right, so here she is out of the packaging and she's like honestly so gorgeous. And while I'm not generally attracted to glam dolls, I love her in the dress, and I wasn't expecting that. I was not expecting to enjoy the dress, but I really, really do. Her hair is flat from the box. It does have a hairnet on it though, so I thought I would take that off on camera and see if we could just fluff up the hair a little bit, because this is one of my favorite parts of the doll. I love that she has a natural hair texture, and I love that the color kind of matches her skin tone. I think that's so beautiful. So let's see what we can do here. It's still looking a little bit flat, but from the front, are you kidding? Gorgeous. Oh my god. Yeah, so I don't want to go too crazy with it, but I did just fluff it like a little bit up. And from the front, I feel like, yeah, that looks really nice. I like honestly can't stop staring at her. She's so pretty. So let's start with the hair because it's on the top of the head. And this is an absolutely beautiful hairstyle. It's a natural hairstyle. It got beautiful tight curls. The color is so beautiful, and I love the way it blends in with her skin tone. And it's also reminiscent of the original 1980s doll, who kind of had a similar hairstyle, though it was shorter and sort of more afroed, which was the trend at the time. So the face, Simone. This is one of my favorite face molds from Barbie, and I like it because I feel like it looks like a proper black woman, not just a doll that has a dark skin complexion. She's got dark eyebrows that go with her hair color. The makeup on this doll is so pretty. She's got a really cat eye shaped sort of cut crease, which is very glamorous. And then on the lid, there's like a gold. And then of course there's a winged eyeliner. And there is some golden makeup that goes all the way up to the eyebrow. I don't think I'm seeing that on camera, but I certainly see it in person. But trust me, it's there. She's got brown eyes, which are very beautiful. I love a brown-eyed doll. And then she's got sort of a beautiful glossy red lip, which I love. I love it with the look. I love it with the dress. She's very, very glam. She has a very, very glamorous face. And I just like honestly can't get enough of Simone. Let's look at the dress, which, you know, I wasn't expecting to like because glam isn't my thing, but I think this is absolutely stunning. First of all, the top of it has a sweetheart neckline, but then it has this like beautiful draped piece across the shoulders, and I just love the way that it looks on her. I think it's really pretty, and I like that these model muse bodies have this like neck detail, which I think this style of top really shows that off nicely. I do kind of wish there was a necklace or something, just, you know, to fill up some of that space, but I understand it's like not a super expensive doll, so budget's always a consideration on things like that. But she does have this really pretty golden bracelet with some red painted detail on it, which is really, really nice. It's sort of, I mean, it's a mermaid dress, which people are tired of in the doll world, especially on these sort of like collector glam dolls. But this one is unique, in my opinion. First of all, the satin, the feel of the satin isn't papery. It's really soft and it's really nice, which is one of my like main issues with doll clothes. When the satin is papery, I don't like it. But when it feels like this, stunning. The Gala Pink Premier Odile that's back there has the same fabric on her dress, and I was a big fan of that one too. This has a beautiful like chiffon draped piece that starts like right at the hip, and it's got this little like draped detail there that it just like elevates. It looks really good. It looks really nice. And then the other side of the dress is just like, you know, your traditional mermaid, but there's just something about it. Like, look how expensive she looks. The way the light's hitting the dress, it's so beautiful. Oh my god. Okay, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I'm obsessed with her. Stunning. Like, honestly, can't believe I ever considered not buying this doll. Here are the shoes. They're pretty simple, but there's nothing wrong with them. They do have a very pointy stiletto heel and like a very pointy front, which I feel like is kind of a unique shape. I don't see it very often in doll shoes. And it's got a little peep toe. It's got a little strap. I like those. I think they're kind of unique and kind of interesting. So that's nice to see. As a point of note, of course, my arch nemesis, the tea-tie, did leave a little mark here in the satin. The satin is always worse for the wear. There's another one here, but it's just less bad. Those are harder to steam out. The ones that they had put in the chiffon, you can't see it. So it's just like, I wish they would stop putting tea-ties in satin, because it's like hard to like get rid of the holes, you know? And I don't need my new doll to have a hole. That's what I'm saying. She is on the model muse body, which isn't my favorite body because it's lack of articulation and sort of like stiffness, but that has your classic 5 points, your shoulder, your head, and the head movement is good because Barbie always has really good head movement. And then it will do this at the hip. It has no rotation, but she is kind of like trapped in this sort of pose. You know it, you've seen it, Model Muse. Which in this situation I feel like is fine because despite what I thought when I bought her, she's staying in this dress because I just can't get enough and I think she looks absolutely beautiful. She does have painted nails, by the way. I feel like they could have bumped up the color though. I wish it was like a little bit bolder, if I'm being honest. I just can't stop staring at her. Oh my god. She did come with a stand, of course, because all of these dolls do. I love when a doll comes with a stand. That doesn't clip in super securely, but that's fine. No worries if not. She's so pretty. And of course also everybody's favorite waste of paper, your Barbie COA that comes pre-wrinkled for you. So anyway, that's a little history lesson and a look at this 45th anniversary Black Barbie. I am so glad I decided to pick her up. I love her even more than I thought I would. And I'm so glad to add this absolute stunner into my collection. Am I into glam dolls now? I don't know. I guess if they're like this, I am. But I'm not used to them being like this. I think that's the issue. I'm just not used to them being nice. I hope you enjoyed getting to see her as much as I did. When you think of Barbie, this is kind of what you think of, right? And I feel like, I don't know, is Barbie like getting it? Are they figuring it out? Are they figuring out that we want like beautiful things like this? But they have released a few things like this in recent past, so maybe they are. So what do you think about this doll? Do you like her? Do you think that Simone is one of the most beautiful face molds of all time like I do? Did you pick her up? Are you planning to pick her up? If you were questioning whether you wanted to pick her up, I would say just do it. You won't be sorry. Let me know in the comment section down below, and I hope you have a wonderful time. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful time. Goodbye.